Playoffs? Don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
That's right. All right, man. Hey, I've been waiting a couple days to say this. We're back. We're back.
Oh man. Oh, wow.
Listen, we talking about practice, not a game. We talking about practice.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Sean Spencer, one half of that dynamic duo that is Let's Talk Football. And ladies and gentlemen, I'm with my guy, my longtime friend and nemesis. Had to put them both in there because they both work. Mr.
Both are true.
Nicholas, I want the smoke, Rosario. What up, Nick?
Hey, how we doing there, Sean? My nemesis, my arch rival, my Achilles heel, whatever else you want to say, right? Whatever. Throw it all in there. Why not? Right. My eternal foe, as it were. That's right.
The baby face to my heel.
There you go. Pretty much. I am the heel, right? I am the heel.
Let's go. And I apologize for the no entrance video, but I figured a lot of little tiny clips would show exactly the feeling that we're getting. Practice, little Tom Brady throwing trophies.
Sean's favorite video, right? Of course. Been playing it for 2 years. Trust me, I've seen that video 600 times,
if not longer, if not more times.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
That video.
100%.
It shows what not to do to a Super Bowl trophy, but we're not talking about that.
No, not yet. Not yet, anyways. Right. Not yet.
Right. It will come out. It will absolutely come out. So I'm here with my guy, Nicholas Rosario, the host of Let's Talk Football, the Roundtable, who will be doing the draft recap this week.
Yes. Tuesday night, yes.
Yes, absolutely. So definitely stay tuned. But if you haven't seen, there's one team that my guy adorns and wears all their gear and loves from the windy city of Chicago. Nicholas Rosario's talking about the Bears, the Chicago Bears.
That's right. Yes, sir.
I mean, as somebody that is on the outside looking in, honestly, I think this is the most obvious and easiest question. How did the Bears do in this year's draft? Like,
I would say, I'm going to celebrate a little bit because, of course, when you have 10 picks, your biggest thing is, what are we going to do with those 10 picks?
Right.
Are we going to get what we need? Do we fill the holes? What are we going to do? And I have to honestly say that I would give it a solid B+. I think, just for me, again, I know other people have different draft grades, and that's fine. I say solid B+ because the only thing I thought we could have done that we didn't was maybe get an edge rusher. But when you look at the players that we did get, they all make sense, and they're all going to fit in some way.
Yeah.
I mean, and so I think at least definitely for about the first 7 or 8 are all guys that could, I would assume, make the roster for one. Absolutely. And then potentially start on opening day. Honestly. So
absolutely.
That's why I'm like, I think we did a great job. I think Poles did a really good job. And I just think that, and I'll go a little bit into that a little more because I think when people, obviously Justin Fields, a lot of people were very critical of him. Well, he's just a runner. He's not a passer. You guys forget that this guy didn't run a lot at Ohio State. He passed the ball. Right. Why? Because he had receivers and an offensive line. The guy can throw the ball. And so that's one of the reasons I'm actually excited about what we've done in the offseason and with the draft to beef up our line to protect that kid so you can see him throw a little bit more. Because I'm telling you, if you given the opportunity, I think he will prove to people he can pass the ball. And that's what I'm looking forward to this season. And it started with our first pick, Darnell Wright. I mean, this kid is 6'5", 333, didn't allow a sack at Tennessee. And for you, those of you who go, well, it's college football, but this guy took on Will Anderson, who was picked, what, 3rd, 4th? third
Right.
by the Texans.
Right.
He took him on,
Jalen
and
Carter.
Jalen and Will, they got nothing. Nothing on Darnell Wright, my friend. This kid is a beast. And I was extremely happy we got him there at 10. I mean, I know we traded back the one spot with the Eagles because the Eagles really wanted Jalen Carter. And I think it might have been smart of Poles to do that because I think we honestly had the Eagles believing that we were going to take Jalen Carter at 9. So they gave us another pick because they really wanted to get to that 9 spot to take him. And honestly, from the reports I'm hearing, he wasn't actually on our draft board. We weren't going to take Jalen Carter. We had brought him in for a visit, and we talked to him. But from what I'm hearing, he was never on our board anyways. So we got an extra pick out of it because the Eagles really wanted him and traded up with us, and then we took Darnell Wright at 10. So to me, that first pick was great. Now here's where I talk about where I thought maybe we could have got an edge rusher. Our second-round pick was 53, and we took Gervon Dexter, defensive tackle from Florida. Now, again, this kid is 6'6" and 310. So another monster guy. But I had hoped at this spot we might get an edge rusher, but it's okay because again now you've beefed up the interior of your defensive line. Because as I was talking to Sean beforehand, we did sign DeMarcus Walker, who is an edge guy, to a 3-year deal this offseason. So I assume the plan was going in then to kind of secure the interior to help Walker on the outside. So hopefully that does happen. Hopefully that helps because again, as you know. Our second 2 picks later, at 64, we took Zach Pickens, who was the D tackle from South Carolina.
Right.
So you've got 2 interior guys there that can solidify that defensive line. Now, again, I want people to understand this too. As much as I want my team to succeed, and as much as I want us to win more than anything, especially to beat those Washington Commanders this year, I want that so bad. But this is a project. He's building a team. I don't expect us to come out this year and just blow everybody away. I know I'm talking excitedly, but I don't expect that. This is a team that is a very young team. He's building it. It could take a couple of years before we're really, really good. But I like the moves we made, and I like what we're doing and the direction we're going. And that's the point. Because a lot of people criticize, our biggest criticism was we never have an offense. We were always a defensive team. We never had offense. Well, that's changed. Because now if you look at on paper, our offense could be better than our defense this year. In terms of what we picked up and what we've done. So we're building. And that's the key point I want everyone to understand. Because even, picking up Tariq Stevenson at pick 56, a corner out of Miami. Here's a guy who's a speedster. He can get out and get it. He can tackle as well. So you've got another corner now to go along with Brisker and Gordon playing safety. Gordon's on the one corner, Brisker in the safety. Again, we also drafted a safety with our very last pick in round 7. With the kid from Stanford. So, I mean, we're moving. We're going, we're trying to build. We're trying to get some depth. And that's a good thing. Like, even at the running back position, because I know a lot of people are like, well, why did you take a running back? Well, I'll tell you why. Deontay Foreman only signed a 1-year deal with us.
Right.
He's more of a stopgap, honestly. Like he's here. If he produces this year, fantastic. If he produces well enough where you go, I need to sign this guy to a longer deal, you can always renegotiate with him and sign him to a longer deal. But he's here on a 1-year deal, and that's fine. Because you got Khalil, who's still got, I think, 2 years left on his deal. So you got Khalil back there. You got Foreman. You picked Roshan Johnson up, who was the backup to Bijan Robinson. Right. We all know went to the Atlanta Falcons. Good on them. But anyways, but good on them. But Roshan was his back. And again, this kid had 25 touchdowns in his career at Texas. So he's not a scrub. He's not a slouch. He can run. He's got some speed. He hits the hole pretty well. Saw some tape on him over the draft weekend. So again, a good pickup, a young guy. You could sign him to his rookie deal, and you got him for potentially 4 or 5 years. So I like that move too. Yeah, I like that move too. And that's what I said. And then in round 4, we added a little depth at receiver. We took Tyler Scott from Cincinnati. Now this guy is he's a speedster. This guy is someone who could go out and get the long ball. See, what we were lacking, as a lot of people will know, the guy who could stretch the defense, the guy who can go 40, 50 yards down the field, catch the ball and keep going. That's what Tyler Scott can do. And that's why I think it helps that Justin Fields has a guy like that who can go and extend the defense and get out there and get the ball. I mean, that's, it's a great pick. I think it's a great pickup at that point. We got him in the 4th round, and my favorite, I don't want to say it's my favorite pick because I like a lot of these, but I thought for the spot we got him and for what I think this kid could potentially do, we picked up Noah Sewell from Oregon at linebacker in the 5th round.
Oh yeah.
I think this kid could be really good, man. And I already having signed, like I said, we signed Edmonds to a 3-year deal. So we got Edmonds for the next 3 years. We signed, Tremaine Edmonds was a 3-year deal, and Edmonds was a 4, and TJ Edwards was a 3-year. So for the next 3 years, you're building your defense with these guys and Noah Sewell and Jack Sanborn, and I think our linebacking core is going to be really good. I'm really, again, I know I'm getting excited. I'm starting to talk fast again, but I really like the moves that we made here. Like, this is what happens when you sit there and go, thank you, Ryan Poles. For the love of Pete, somebody finally is building this team the right way. You're not just plugging it in with free agents that, could be past their prime or they're here for a year or two. Like, we're doing it the right way. You're building through the draft. You're bringing in guys to, some are stopgaps, some won't be with the team next year, and that's fine. But you have to still field the team this year, right? Yeah. So you have to put people in place, you have to put people in place to do that. So some of these kids who are rookies and second-year guys can continue to improve and continue to get better. So that's why I say I think overall the Bears did a good job. Solid B+. Didn't get the edge rush we wanted, but there's still a guy out there who I think we should have our eye on. And I'm curious. I'd have to go check this, so don't quote me. But I want to see how much money we may have left from all the free agent signing, everything we've done, and the credit. See where we're at, because Yannick Ngakoue is still out there.
Yeah, he used to play for the Ravens.
Ravens, yeah. So if we can maybe get Yannick to come here, even if it's on a short deal, a 2-year deal, whatever, that can improve the defense as well. He's still out there. There's a couple guys still out there kind of floating. So I don't think we're in a bad position. Again, we are building. So I think for this draft, I think Ryan Poles gets a solid B+. Filled a lot of holes, picked up some good guys to, who could be the future of this team. So very happy with what we did there. I thought we had an excellent draft.
Oh, I like that. I absolutely like that. And on paper, that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like you guys just made a killing. And B+, hey, right, that's right on. Compared to us, I would say A, but I get it. You're trying to be cautiously optimistic. I respect that.
Yes. Yeah. You're right.
Right. Which leads me to my next question. Are you guys better with the 2023 draft? Now, we can look at this individually, but I almost want to look at it as a fill the needs. Did your team get better as in depth and things like that? So what is your overall thought of, did you guys get better from the picks you made?
I think automatically I would say yes, just because when you looked at what we had last year, like the offensive line struggled mightily.
Yeah.
It truly did. Justin Fields ran for his life. Let's be honest. There was a lot of times. I mean, they actually started designing runs for him, I think, just to get him out of the pocket so he didn't get killed. Because it's just like, just go. Because the line's not protecting you. Just go run. Just do something. Don't get injured. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, help yourself, buddy. Help yourself. Like, yeah.
Right.
But, yeah, no, I think just with what we did, this offseason, we got better. Okay, we did. We plugged holes. We signed some veteran free agents to help the younger guys along. Like I said, with Edmonds at linebacker, TJ Edwards at linebacker. I mean, even some of the 1-year, like we signed Travis Homer to a 2-year deal for running back. So now potentially in your backfield, like I said, you've got Herbert, you got Deontay Foreman. You could spell him with a Travis Homer. You see what Rashawn Johnson does and see what you've got in a year or two and, see where we are. Andrew Billings, people may forget we signed Billings to a 1-year deal for defensive tackle.
Okay.
We got a second tight end. We got Robert Tonyan on a 1-year deal from the Packers.
Weird. Real quick about the Billings, it's weird that you signed him, but then got 3 D linemen, D tackles in the draft.
Well, again, 1-year deal for Andrew.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we're building. And again, those 3 kids may not be ready this year. We don't know.
That's true.
Like, depending on how it goes in camp. So you still have to put a team on the field.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm saying I like what they did, because not all these guys may start, or they may get starts this year and be, like I said, depth pieces. Some of them may play on special teams for the most part this year, just to get acclimated to the speed of the game and all that stuff. You know what I mean? Like, just get them going. But yeah, I think innately we're better. Okay, I mean, we signed Nate Davis also, so we have our right guard, and with Darnell Wright, we have our right tackle. So the right side of the offensive line is set now. The left side, I'm pretty sure Braxton Jones earned his spot to be the left tackle after how he played it towards the end of last year. I assume that's where we're going to go with that. Now, center is my big concern, because Sam Mustipher actually is not under contract with us. And I don't think we're going to bring Sam back, because honestly, we actually have 3 other centers signed to the team outside of Cody Whitehair.
Yes, we are.
Dieter Iceland was a guy we picked up, a South African gentleman we picked up a couple years ago. He'd been in a practice squad, had been cut. So I assume he's still on the roster.
Oh,
yeah,
Cat must know him.
Dieter Iceland, she might.
A lot of South Africans.
Wow, okay. I'm not sure where that was going, but all right. I like it. But
Cat
obviously
Hughes knows them. Nigeria.
Oh, wow. All right. As long you're killing me, Smalls. You're killing me. That's all right. It's all good. We still have Lucas Patrick, but again, Lucas was hurt pretty much all of last year and didn't really play much. So then, of course, 2 years ago, we got Doug Kramer from Illinois. So the center position is still kind of up in the air of who it's going to be, but obviously there's a few guys there competing for that job. But like I said, as far as the left guard, you got a couple guys. Larry Borum is still with the team. Alex Leatherwood, if you want to give him a shot in training camp to see what he does, he could play a left guard spot. Like I said, Larry Borum possibly. So we have options. Again, I just think the line overall is going to be better. So I'm hoping that all works itself out, as it were, as we continue to move here in the season and even through to next year's draft, when, again, you never know who you might pick up there. But yeah, we're innately better, and I think I do look for more than 3 wins this year from the old Chicago Bears. I'll say that much. Definitely look for more than 3 wins. I'm hoping for 7 or 8. Yeah, no, I'm hoping for about 7 or 8 legit wins.
Okay.
If it gets to 9, fantastic. But I'm going to go with about 7 or 8. I think we can do it. We got a 4th place schedule. So the schedule's a little easier for us. And if the offense can really get going, I think we may give up 30 points, but we'll score 35. So if we can really get that going, I think the offense, I think we'll be okay. So yeah.
NFL Edition said Green Bay had a good draft. He also said he said you guys are playing nice today. Yeah, don't get used to it.
I was gonna say, like, this is probably a one-off. That's never gonna happen again, so don't worry about it. You're good.
Who did the Packers get? Let me check that real quick.
Right, because no offense, I wasn't looking at what the Packers were doing. I'm not gonna lie. So
they had a questionable call earlier where they got Lucas Van Ness at 13. A lot of people
they picked Van Ness at 13. That's right. Yeah, that's right. They picked Van Ness at 13. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they had an interesting draft. They had for the most part they had a lot of picks. Let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Didn't they take a quarterback at some point?
9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They had 13 picks. They took Sean Clifford from Penn State.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, with the 149th pick in the 5th round. So, man, they got a couple good guys. Dontavian Wicks out of Virginia. They got Lou Nichols. You and I talked about him at Central Michigan.
Central Michigan. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow, look at maybe Green Bay. Right? Green Bay. I mean, because they're on the long track back. They lost Rodgers. They lost probably their best receiver in Alan Lazard, I would think. Yeah. So, outside of the Eagles, the Eagles became Georgia to the north. Because my goodness, every Georgia player you could think of, they got.
They all went to the Eagles. What is that about? It's Howie Roseman and the coach of Did Kirby Smart, are they besties? Like, what's going on here? I don't like that.
The Lions even sent DeAndre Swift over there. So it's like, I'm another Georgia guy. Just throw more of them at it. Like, just go.
We're like a 4th round pick. Come on.
I know.
Come on, Lions. You know,
well,
I was real cool with you, Alex. I hope you don't see this. I was cool with your Lions, but that move,
right?
Just to mimic something that Chris Jericho said, you guys are on the list.
Right, you just made the list because that's about right. I mean, I get they picked up Jahmyr Gibbs, and Swift became expendable at that point. But like, you sent them to the Eagles. Like, why would you do that, man? What's going on over
why
there?
Why would you pick Jahmyr Gibbs so early? But
they did.
Yeah. This isn't about the daggone Lions.
Right, the Lions, right. We'll talk to Alex another time about all that. Right. We don't need to go there.
Colin, shout out to Colin, who was just on here talking to Steelers a couple minutes ago. Hey, Nick, just want to thank you so much for the walking head case of Claypool, taking him off your hands and giving us basically a first rounder, and then allow us to take Joey Porter Jr.
You were going to take Porter Jr. regardless. His dad played for you guys. That kid wasn't going anywhere else. Give me a break, Colin. And besides,
I went down heat with other teams instead. I'm not going there.
No, but I thank you for watching, Colin. I appreciate you coming on the Bear Show and realizing that we had a great draft. So thank you for that. You know, I appreciate that. You're right. Exactly. Come on, boys. Listen to Ben Cordley. Yeah.
Hey, look, hold up. This is going to be a weird turn because me and him used to be fighting, but you know how some teams were fighting and then all of a sudden they came together. Remember Sheamus and Drew McIntyre?
That's right. And Drew McIntyre, exactly.
They brawling and then they came friends. That's what's happening right here. Because Ben, you're the one I'm coming after now. You took Cody Mock. You've been talking crap for the last couple of weeks.
Well, you know why? You know why they took Cody Mock? Because we took who they wanted in Darnell Wright. So take that, son.
Yeah.
As I told you on the North Sports Dynasty show, Tampa Bay can suck it. We got Darnell Wright. You didn't. Take it. Take it.
I'm with that.
Take it.
All right.
That's right. Take it. How about that?
Absolutely. Yo. So all right, let's go ahead and move on. Real quick. You said, okay, for the most part, they got better. You alluded to this next question earlier on who was your favorite pick. Who was it? You said it wasn't Wright. I mean, Wright was a great pickup.
Wright was a great again. Yeah, like I tend to at least. I'm happy that we didn't waste that 10 pick. Like we didn't do. Yeah, is that Johnny Dean? Figures.
That's Johnny Dean. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll just start. Hey, we could just get him to tune out. We'll start talking baseball. And he'll stop watching. So. Yeah, you can suck it too there, Johnny. Have a good one.
Coming out the woodworks. Thank you for watching. The Bears have
Misador
indoor plumbing. Good gracious.
Oh, and who's
your team? I think they're
right. Who's your team? Right, you a Buccaneers fan? Because you shouldn't be talking if you are. That's all I'm saying. I don't want to hear that. Don't even try it.
Pinky, and next Friday when you said Tampa Bay can suck it, he said, "Ooh."
Oh man!
Oh yeah, he's a Bucs fan too. All right, respect.
Oh, that explains a lot. Never mind. Whatever. You might finish 4th in the NFC South. I don't want to hear from you guys. Take a hike.
Yeah, I'm kind of mad at y'all too. Y'all took my guy Cody Mock, and he took one pick after us.
One pick, right? I know. Sean was going like, I want Cody Mock, and then it was like, oh, sorry, don't got him.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah, I'm pretty much. Believe me, I'm aware 1985 is far from over. Okay, don't worry about that. I know what year the Bears won. I know what year it is currently.
Have you guys been waiting for Nick? Like, what is going on?
They wanted to come for me. That's okay. Like I said, when Tampa Bay finishes 4th in the NFC South this year, then I'll talk later. Right? You guys can just continue to mire in your mediocrity since Tom Brady left, and just do what you do. So yeah, just take that.
Oh, wait. Who left? Yeah. Who left Nick?
Oh man. Oh wow.
Sean's favorite quarterback, the trophy thrower. That's right, the trophy thrower.
Mr.
There
Trophy
it is.
Thrower himself.
Hoop, there it is. Right, hoop, there it is.
Oh, Jim Miller.
Remember Jim? Yeah, of course, I remember Jim Miller.
That was rough.
Do you remember Trent Dilfer? Like you wanted every Tampa Bay quarterback?
Sexy Rexy.
Vinny
Testaverde.
Rexy. Of course, we remember Sexy Rexy. At least he played the Super Bowl.
We are going off topic. Let's go back to it. We're talking Chicago Bears. Nick, what is your favorite pick in this draft?
Okay. Obviously, like I said, Darnell Wright at 10 was a great one. But you look at the 10 picks that we had, and you look at round and, like I said, position and what I just really like Noel Sewell at pick 148 there from Oregon, linebacker, fifth round pickup. You find a lot of diamonds in the rough and a lot of things that turn into coal to a diamond in the later rounds, and I'm hoping that Sewell will be one of those because I heard a lot of good things. I didn't really see Oregon play too much this past season, but everything I heard was positive. And again, linebacker is a position that obviously is very important to our run defense. It's very important. It helps the pass rush. Again, I hope this kid can come in and produce. But again, you got to just be appreciative of the fact that I guess because I saw some drafts and he was predicted to maybe go a little earlier in some drafts, a little later in other drafts. So the fact that we got him around 148 in that fifth round was really good. So I'm hoping that that's one of those picks that turns from the coal to the diamond, as it were. It's just So I think that was probably one of my favorite because again, we got other stuff we needed. We got another corner. That's fine. Again, the 2 defensive linemen, great. Darnell, again, top 10 pick. You got to get someone who's a stud. I think we did that. So, yeah, very happy with the draft overall. But I would probably go with Noel Sewell there in the 5th round. I think that's probably my favorite pick.
Oh, yeah. Look, off the rails, finally, Sean Spencer.
Yeah, well, of course.
Bears had a solid draft. It's not number 1, but history proves that anything is going to result in a solid. History proves that anything is going to result in a solid number 2.
Well, thank you, Misador. That's nice. It's nice for you to say after the previous comments.
Well, he also said this. Tom Brady has thrown more completions from the boat than Peyton has Super Bowl touchdowns. So,
I see. You want to, it's not nice to speak. It's not nice to speak ill of the dead, Misador. I want you to know that.
Yes.
Like that's not cool, bro. Like that really hurt. That really hurt that Walter didn't get a touchdown at Super Bowl. You're going to bring that up now? Like that's not nice.
He was ticked.
He was ticked off himself. Yeah,
he was ticked. He wasn't even going to talk to Reagan when Reagan called.
No, he wasn't. Like he was that upset, and I gotta honestly say I didn't blame him either. Why would? Yeah, you called McMahon's number, you called Perry's number. You're not going to give the greatest running back in Chicago football history and one of the greatest of all time a touchdown in a Super Bowl where you scored 46 points. I'd be pissed off too, no doubt.
Now, this is a Bears show, so I do want to let's dive into this because you and I are both history guys, and I've watched many documentaries on that, and I've watched the actual full-length show. And the one thing that I will say is there's one thing that the Patriots came in there meant to do, and there's the one thing that they succeeded in, and that was stopping Walter Payton. That's their only goal. They didn't.
That was their only goal. Yeah.
They didn't have faith in McMahon. Yeah. They didn't have faith in the receivers. It was stop Walter Payton. And that's what they did. They stopped him. So it's absolutely not right. But at the same time, I mean, you would have had to continue to give it to him 100 times.
No, but we had goal line situations where they could have gave him the ball and they didn't. They gave it to Fridge.
They gave it to him a couple times at the goal line. He got stuffed.
No, but I know, but I'm saying you still did. You could have called the same play you called for Fridge for Peyton. Let's be honest. You could have. You could have brought William in as the blocker. Yeah, you could have. He could have been the blocker. Like you easily could have called that, but you didn't. That's all. Like I said, it's done. It was what 38 years ago. What are we at now? 85. So that was 15 and 23 or 38 years ago, right? Like, come on.
Never dies.
It's not going well. Not for us Bears fans, right? Ben from Las Vegas wants to know
who wins the championship in Chicago next, and why it won't be the Bears, Cubs, White Sox, Blackhawks, Bulls, Sky, or DePaul Nicholas. Look, the Sky just won it. 2 years ago?
2 years ago, right? The Sky actually, yeah. If we're going to get into this, Ben, since you want to be a funny guy tonight.
Well, he's coming with the next. This one is the next.
Obviously, right. Obviously.
Bang.
What is it? My bets off to the Miami Dolphins for putting the. Yeah. And again, we wanted them in a Super Bowl badly, but they choked against the Patriots, so we had to beat up on the Patriots instead of the Dolphins. So whatever, buddy. Go Clayton and duper your butt on out of here. I don't care.
Oh my goodness.
Nobody wants to hear it.
Yeah, does Las
Miami
Vegas have
lost
a Super Bowl team?
Right. I was going to say, I don't think so. You just signed the walking male model to be your quarterback who's going to get
GBG, baby.
free lap dances and hookups with all the hookers from Las Vegas there. So, yeah, he's not going to be concentrating on football, right? He's going to be concentrating on everything else. He loves the nightlife.
Martell.
He likes the
model Ricky Martell version of the NFL.
For sure. They already told him he gets free lap dances. He's going to get everything, and he's not going to be able to play football because he's too busy focusing on the ladies. It's Las Vegas. Yes. It's all right, Ben. I know you're a Bucs fan, so whatever. Like I said, 4th place in the NFC South. Don't worry about it. You're fine. But to answer your question, since you wanted to throw it out there, I mean, see, he keeps going. He's rolling in his grave right now.
Ben's not going to stop. Ben's not going to stop.
No, it's not. It never does. It never does. You know that. Like a 20-minute show turns into an hour because everybody wants to be funny. Like everybody thinks they're a comedian or something. But
right.
It's all right. It's all right, Ben.
Question. Let's go.
All right. Go ahead. What's the next question? No, but okay. Look. Yeah. Yes, obviously, right now in Chicago, a lot of our professional teams are definitely not competing for titles. I get that. But I will say this. When you look at, I've had some great, Bulls have 6 titles in the 90s. Yes, that was the 90s, but it's still 6 titles in the 90s. The Blackhawks won 3 in 5 years. Yeah. Not a lot of other teams have done that, Ben. Not even your Golden Knights have pulled that one off yet, so calm down. Our baseball, here's my point. In my lifetime, I'm 50 years old. I have watched every major sports team in my city win a title. I watched the 85 Bears win. I watched the Bulls win 6. I watched the Hawks win 3. I watched the White Sox win in 2005. I watched the Cubs win in 2016. I watched like you said, the Chicago Sky win just a couple of years ago. So, yeah, I understand that you can't win every year and things happen. And we do have a couple of owners here. I have one owner here that I'd like to get rid of, but that's another story for another time. But the fact is, I don't think there's too many cities, and I'll have to go research this, but I'm willing to bet there's not many that can say that every one of their major sports teams has won a title, at least one. So if you want to come at me, bro, then come at me. Yeah. Because every major sports team in Chicago has won a title, at least one. So take that, put it in your Buccaneer hat, smoke it as long as you want, shine it up sideways, it's been polished, and stick it straight up your candy. Because that's enough for you, Ben Cornett.
This is not. Look, we didn't turn into the wrestling show. All right.
Okay, right. I know.
Even though he's coming with wrestling comments on here
all the time, look, that's Ben.
Look, I'm gonna get a show with Ben and Nick and just have it called "We Want the Smoke" or something like that.
We want the smoke. Everybody wants to smoke, but yes.
But look, let's go. Anyways, let's go ahead and try to.
Sean?
Right.
Yeah, finish this up, I guess. Yeah. What's our next question? Right. Where do we go from here, huh?
Yeah. Where
that's
do you
a great question. Like I said, I mentioned this earlier, and I gotta hope that maybe we can finally pull this off and maybe sign Yannick Ngakoue, because we could use an edge rusher. And I just think that's the one thing we kind of missed in the draft, and that's fine. Again, Poles has a plan, obviously, so it doesn't mean we're necessarily done yet. But I think the only place to go from here is up. I mean, you can't. It's really hard to get worse than 3-14 when you have the first pick in a season where everything just went wrong. Essentially, you know what I mean? Like things just went wrong. Even when the quarterback played great, things just went wrong, and that's the difference. When you're struggling like that, the ball doesn't bounce your way. You have losses that you just go, we could have won that game. I mean, they were in the Miami game, they're in the Philadelphia game. They were in your Commanders game, the last drive. We had a chance to win.
Were they?
Yeah, we were.
Each time they tried to get to the red zone, they got shut down. So maybe they really weren't in that game.
But we had the ball last and had a chance to win the game. So quiet down, kid. Take your 12-7 victory.
Did you really have a chance? Did you really have a chance?
Yes, we did. Well,
you
does he have a chance
this coming year? You don't have a chance this coming year because he's about to he's about to destroy. He's about to do what Fields couldn't do.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, we can beat Jacoby Brissett. Don't worry about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we can beat Jacoby. No problem.
Carson's not on the team anymore. All right.
We can beat Jacoby Brissett. No problem. Yeah, that's good. Let him start, right? Sam, oh, come on.
Wow.
One game's what? Yeah, like I said, you brought it up, so don't start with me because you already know.
Hey.
You brought it up.
Collins,
Cocaine, Nick. Yeah, no. Hey, I've never taken a drug that wasn't prescribed there, Ben. So yeah, let's not start that one.
But look, realistically, so we know about we know about what the Lions did. Obviously, they made a couple moves that are questionable, but overall they had a pretty solid pickup.
No,
we know about
the Lions,
Packers.
Yeah.
I would say we know about the Packers, all their picks. And who else is in your division? Minnesota. You know,
they seem quiet in the draft. I'm sure they picked up a few things they needed, but nobody really is going, boy, that Minnesota had a great draft, are they?
No,
nobody's really. No, I mean, you still got our buddy Kirk Cousins, who he's Kirk. He's I know he's the pride of Michigan State and all that, but the NFL career leaves a little bit to be desired.
I cannot talk about Kirk Cousins live.
I know. I'm sorry.
Because if I talk about Kirk Cousins live, the show goes into the trash.
But anyways, yeah,
I got no response.
Okay, so I mean, I was like, but as I told you, the only way to go was up. We finished last in the division. We were 3-14. So the only way to go was up, and I got to be honest. Okay, I do think the Lions definitely have a lead on winning the division. I don't deny that. I think if we, again, as I said, I'm looking at 7-8 wins. I think with a good year, we could probably catch Minnesota. I know people are still like, well, you're Kirk Cousins and you. I don't know. I'm not sold on Minnesota, and I haven't been the last few years. And they kind of proved me right with that playoff performance last year. So I don't know. The Bears will probably finish towards the bottom, like third or fourth, I'm guessing, just because of, like I said, I expect 7 or 8 wins. But if somehow we manage to sneak up into that second place spot, I wouldn't be disappointed. I think, like I said, when the Bears finally moved on from the pace that they were on, a 5-year plan, I honestly think that plan has rapidly progressed. Bears can make the playoffs. Okay, well, thank you, Misador. And again, I wouldn't be disappointed if they did, but I like the process. I like that we're doing it the right way. So I'm okay with a 7-8 win season as long as the team improves, as long as everyone gets better, as long as we're not making stupid mistakes, stupid penalties, things like that. Like, just improve overall. Because I think that's the other thing too with this team. When you're not winning, everything goes wrong for you. It just does. Like, it's like a snowball effect. Just things happen. And so I think once we get the attitude change and the culture change and get more of that winning attitude in there, you're going to see a lot more competitive games from us. You're going to see a lot more. Like I said, I expect a lot from the Bears this year as far as improvement, and that I hope that reflects in the win column, is what I'm trying to say. I guess I really hope that the culture now with Poles in there and McCarthy, who we got from the Big Ten to run the up, that's what we needed. We needed football guys in there to turn this thing around, and we finally have them. So that, to me, like I said, I expect great things this year. I expect us to improve. But if we don't make the playoffs, I'm not going to throw away my Bears stuff and not watch them anymore. I just think I want to see improvement. I want to see improvement, though. No, right, I would never. I mean, how many seasons have I suffered through, and how many times do I got to hear from all of you fine folks in the family of Let's Talk Football that we haven't won one since '85? I know that. I'm very aware. Thank you. I'm very aware of this. So yes,
one since you guys. Johnny Dean and Ben have been coming for you. I was going to try to let you speak before you had to address this. Nick's old enough to have drank an OG Coke with the real cocaine. Oh my goodness.
Well, they used real sugar in the '80s, yes, but I don't think it was cocaine. The cocaine was you, Johnny Dean. What are you, about 90? I mean, like, come on, you're talking about original OGs. OG is you, my friend. I mean,
I kind of agree
talking
with
about
this. Yeah, I remember. Okay. I remember the Commanders-Bears game. It was so hard, but I'm surprised FCC didn't fine the NFL for putting that pile of crap on the air. Now, listen, I kind of agree because it was 12-7. We were both trash.
It was terrible. It was a terrible game.
Talk about my team, all right?
No, but that was definitely a game where I just went, "You have to be kidding me!" Like, because the whole game, there was this opportunity after opportunity to, like you said, to score. We were in the red zone like 3-4 times and couldn't get it done. And you just go, what in the, how are you losing to Washington right now? It was just so horrible because that actually, I was working that game. It was the Thursday night game in Chicago, and I'm working it, and I'm listening to the crowd, and I'm like, is there nothing going on out there? Like, they're silent. Nobody's in a game. I'm like, what's going on out there? Like, yeah, I had to go take a look for myself, but I'm looking at the score going, it's 12-7. Are you serious? Like, that's what's going on out here? Come on. Yeah, I was thoroughly disgusted with that game.
Naturally bad. He was naturally bad, and then he hurt his finger.
Yeah.
He hurt his finger.
Yeah.
So it was just like worse. We couldn't do anything in that game.
Nah.
We didn't have Brian Robinson in that game. It was rough.
Yeah.
It was rough.
It was a rough game. Believe me, yeah, it was bad. It was just bad.
Isidore says, I live in the region and have to hear the Bears talk all year long. Fortunately, much like the Cubs talk, once the season starts, it usually ends shortly after week 3. Oof.
Well, we'll see. We'll see this. We shall see, Misador. We shall see. Yes, it's a new year.
The Caskies are a dark cloud that will always be above the Bears until new ownership comes in. No joke.
Well, here's the thing, and I'm glad you brought that up, Ben. I am. Because for years, as you know, the McCaskies obviously have had the franchise since Papa Bear Hallis died. Virginia got the team as daughter, and she was married to, into the McCaskey family. They're business people. They're not football people, okay? And honestly, as far as business goes, the Bears are one of the most popular franchises in the United States. Their merchandise sells off the charts. So for them, it's going well because they make money every year. And people fill the stadium every year. But finally, I don't know if something clicked. They finally listened to what the fans were telling them, or they just got tired of losing. They finally hired football people. I mean, yeah, Ryan Pace was a football person, but that was more on reputation. People thought because he did such a great job elsewhere that he was going to come in here and revolutionize what the Bears were going to do, and he didn't. Especially hiring Matt Nagy. Who the hell, like, what are you doing? Like, that was, I'm not even going to get into that right now, but my point is, we have football people here now. Ryan Poles is a legit football guy who helped turn Kansas City around. This Kevin McCarthy we got from the Big Ten, who's a legit football guy, okay? These are guys who are going to change the culture here in Chicago. They're going to change the way we do things. They're going to change the way, they've already changed it in a lot of ways. Look at the offseason alone. With all the free agent signings and the 10 draft picks and everything they've done, if nothing else happens, with all the moves we've made this year, we're at least going to field a competitive team. And we're not going to go 3-14 again. I can almost guarantee that. This team is built much better than it was last year. And I'm looking for the improvement. We're going to be better. And that's just the way it's going to be. So, again, I know our owners are who they are. And yes, until they sell the team, people are going to say, "Oh, it's the McCaskey still. Don't worry." There's a different culture in Chicago. There's football people in charge now, and again, they're business people. They'll keep making their money because again, Bears are huge merchandisers. Everybody buys Bears gear. It's just the way it is. They make money, no problem.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And would not be a Bears show if Wendy didn't show up and give her 2 cents. The Bears still suck. And not going to happen when my Packers beat them again without A-Rod.
I will say this, Wendy, because I know how of a devoted fan you are to your Green Bay Packers, and I get it. You have to. It's your team. I don't have a problem with that. But just know this. Jordan Love is not your answer.
No.
So, you can go start Sean Clifford if you want from Penn State and see what he does.
Let's go.
I'm just saying, Jordan Love is probably not your answer. But okay, again, for now, remains to be seen. But again, I digress.
Visador says, "Good news for the Bears fans. Now that they are moving to Arlington, Arlington Heights is inevitable. Minority owner Aaron Rodgers has sold his shares and moved to New Jersey." Oh, are you saying he sold his shares because he was part owner of the Bears?
Right, but I'm bummed.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, like I said, it's stuff you have when you're a Bears fan. It's stuff you have to put up with.
Yeah, it is. Misador, Justin Fields is honestly a franchise QB.
You know, Misador is cracking me up today because for every knock, he puts up a compliment, right? Like he just
Yes.
Like
But I can take that. I can dig that.
No, yeah,
Attack?
no, I know. I can too. That's what I said. Like for every negative comment he puts, then he puts up a good one. So I don't know. Yeah.
It's a Sour Patch Kid, man. First he's sour, then he's sweet. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
Shout out to Misador, man. Drop in the comments the days that your show goes on. He definitely hits it up. I believe the Rock Roundtable, another version of the, some kind of what we do, has guys on there spitting football facts and stuff like that. Good stuff. So appreciate you definitely getting in here. I would shout out Ben Cornett, but he's been trying to attack us all day on here, so he doesn't get a plug. All right.
That's right. Maybe needs a hair plug. You can go get one of those, but I don't know.
Good gracious. Oh, okay. Johnny said the NFC North belongs to the Lions now. So did Rodgers sell the Bears to stock. Okay. Wow.
Oh, wow. Johnny Dean.
Oh, okay. I mean, you haven't had the trash talk slung at.
Give me a ball, whatever.
Right,
come on.
Last year, everybody in the league said they were going to win a single game. So
exactly. Like, come on,
the Bears coming after Chicago.
My Bears have been trashed the last few years. What are you talking about, Johnny Dean? You're just mad now because your Bucks are about to become irrelevant. That's the problem.
Again.
Because nobody cares about Tampa now. Who cares? Number 4 in the NFC South. Here it comes. Get used to the mediocrity, pal, because it's coming.
This is a first on Let's Talk Football. I've never been banned, or my privileges to come on a show have never been revoked live. But here they are. Have at it. My parents I will no longer be on that show. And it's okay. It's okay. Because I'm going to still buy a ticket to the show. And I'm going to be in the audience. And once I come out the audience with a steel chair, it's over.
Oh, man. It's over. It's over all right. Yeah, it's over all right. You just don't know it.
Define a few years.
I would say the next 2-3.
You were in the championship. Oh, no. How long have you been bad? You guys were in the NFC Championship. What was that? 2009?
That was the last time, I believe, yes.
But then with Philly, Double Doink was what, 17?
Oh, that was just a few years back, yes.
Yeah. So
I'm seeing now, if we had a kicker, we might have moved on. Like, we might have actually made the Super Bowl that year if we had a damn kicker. Who knows? Never know. It didn't happen, so it didn't happen.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You still have the same name that you had from the beginning. So.
We even signed a free agent kicker, like actually undrafted free agent. We signed the kicker from Syracuse to compete with Cairo Santos. So maybe, you never know, we might get a new kicker out of this. See what happens.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. You're not the Washington Redskins football team commanders.
Oh, so Redskins. What was that? Yeah, Redskins. Freudian slip. Right.
New name.
Because now your name sucks. Kind of.
Don't worry, I'll have the Benzo security keep an eye on you, Spencer. I'm coming. I'm coming in right here like this.
There he goes. He's coming in like Sami Zayn from the crowd, just with his hood on, right?
Oh. I lived through 50 years of mediocrity with the Bucks Knicks. Your team has at least had a winning history.
Fair enough. Because your team did start out, I guess I have to give that to you because you're right. Was like 71, 72 they came into the league, the Buccaneers or whatever it was. So yeah. And outside of the
76?
Just something like that. Yeah, we know Cody Parker. Well, I just mentioned it, Ben. What are you, napping? Go to sleep.
Goose Island was holding open kickoff editions after the double doink. Oh, yeah.
No, I remember that. I do remember that. That was a lot of fun, actually. I knew somebody who went. I thought it was hilarious. But,
Misador, what part of the region are you from? Nick
where are you from?
He works at Wrigley.
Right, I'm in Chicago. I'm in the city, my friend. I'm just a city boy, born and raised in, Chicago. Misador. He's not answering now.
Oh, he lives Hobart, Indiana. That's what he said. He said Nick and Sean can always join us on NFL Edition. They can get even with Ben. Oh, absolutely.
Oh, 100%. Don't worry. Oh, Hobart, Indiana. Okay. He's in Indiana. Okay, fair enough. So, are you a Colts fan? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, he's a Bucks fan though. A Bucks fan in Indiana.
But yeah, he's a Bucks fan in Indiana. There you go. Well, Ben's a Bucks fan in Las Vegas.
The Bears should be better, but I wouldn't put money on anything. Yeah. I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'll just wait. Just wait to see it, and then I'll be like, good job.
Right. Good job. Yeah, exactly. As long as we beat the Commanders, I'll be happy.
Okay. All right.
After so Sean can stop talking about 12-7. That's the only thing.
Oh, lives 5 minutes from the Chicago line. Okay, nice.
Yeah, he's not far. He's in Hobart. Yeah, it's not far. It's not far at all.
Take the South Shore. Oh, okay. I can
Take the South Shore. I've taken that South Shore train, my friend. Yes.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we're glad that you got in here and you joined us. Like Nick said, a 20 or 30-minute show with your guys' comments definitely almost went an hour.
Yeah, exactly. We tried to keep it short, but it just didn't happen.
Right. But hey, what would a show be without comments from you guys? So
yeah,
Johnny
absolutely.
D,
Thank you for
Jared,
watching. Yes.
Wendy, Misador, Ben.
Our arch rival Ben Cornett. Yeah.
Right.
Our new arch rival.
We're gonna reserve our thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you, Ben. Thank you. That's nice of you to say. Yeah, you're welcome. Yeah.
So definitely tune in this coming week. We're gonna have a lot more of these individual shows talking about different teams, and we're also gonna have different shows throughout the week. Monday night, Face the Heel with our guy Ben Cornett. Tuesday, Restore the Roar with Lions fan Alex Loosemore. Wednesday, Washington Football Weekly with your guy Sean Spencer, Will Kramer, and I think Terribly Toxic is also that night with Sid and Chris. Tuesdays also this week is the Roundtable.
Yes, don't forget us, Sean. Don't forget us. Yes.
Hey, come on, man. I got a lot of
I know. I know you do. I know you do.
The draft recap Thursdays is NFL edition. And getting close to the end of a great run from one of our guys, but I don't know, man. He told us that after a certain episode he might be leaving, but I think he's having too much fun. I think he's having too much fun, Mr. Dean. So we shall definitely see. And then Friday night obviously is NSD. Out of Pockets in there, the college shows in there. There's so many different shows that y'all can tune in and watch. We appreciate y'all taking time out with us today, venting your feelings about the draft.
Chicago.
Chicago. All the surrounding area. So, stay tuned for what we got for my guy, Mr. I Want the Smoke, Nicholas Rosario.
Coming for you, baby. This year, go Bears. Bear down. Yes. Coming for you.
Go Bears. Bear down for sure. And you know who it is. It's your boy, Sean Spencer. So, hey, that's it. We're out of here.
That's it. Have a good night, folks. All right. Thank you all.
Have a good night. Appreciate you watching.
Oh, man. Oh, wow.
That's right. All right, man. Hey, I've been waiting a couple days to say this. We're back. We're back.